crumbling walls, silent churches, forgotten cemeteries. Across Texas, they mark where thriving towns once stood. We're counting down 10 of the state's most fascinating ghost towns, from desert settlements erased by shifting roads to boomtowns leveled by hurricanes and economic collapse. Each earned its place through the ambition of its rise and the finality of its fall. We begin at number 10, a quiet outpost that simply faded away. In the 10th place, Lobo rose in the arid Culberson County Basin after traders tapped the Van Horn Wells aquifer in 1859. This reliable water source became a lifeline for passing wagon trains, stagecoaches, and cattle drives, growing to 250 residents by the mid-1880s. A stone water tower and an adobe schoolhouse anchored the desert community. But Lobo's survival depended entirely on the traffic passing through. When devastating flash floods repeatedly washed out the roads and highway bypasses rerouted travelers, the town quickly withered, losing its post office in 1924. Number 9. Candelaria emerged in 1882 as a remote mining depot on the West Texas border, fueled by the extraction of silver and lead. The town grew rapidly around the Candelaria mine, recording a population of 184 residents by 1890. Its physical layout was defined by heavy industry, anchored by stone smelter ruins and a railroad water tank that still stand in the desert clay. Ultimately, the town's entire lifespan was measured in ore grades and rail connections. When the Panic of 1893 crashed silver prices, the mines closed, the railroad rerouted its tracks, and the local post office shut down forever in 1915. Number 8. Shafter was laid out in 1883 and named for General William R. Shafter. The desert community established a broad economic foundation, combining railroad service and cattle shipping with silver speculation. The town grew to over 400 residents by 1910, anchoring its community with a wooden depot, a telegraph office, and a stone schoolhouse. Shafter's decline was accelerated when a new paved highway bypassed the local rail line in 1927, followed by a devastating drought that decimated local ranching. By 1945, the post office closed permanently. Today, the lone 1902 schoolhouse foundation and a quiet, weather-worn cemetery on the town's northern edge remain, standing on land that requires private access verification. Number 7. Quakertown was established in 1875 south of the Denton Town Square when 27 formerly enslaved families pooled their wages to purchase 30 acres. Recorded deed books officially named the buyers as the Freedmen of Dallas, giving the community a clear historical foundation. By 1880, the census recorded 112 residents who sustained themselves through farming, a local blacksmith shop, and a cotton gin built in 1882. The wooden frame of the 1884 Quakertown Baptist Church became the community's structural hub. However, mounting Jim Crow pressures, school consolidation in 1912, and a devastating 1915 fire that consumed the cotton gin forced residents to disperse. Today, the preserved church and a public park with historical markers outline the original street grid. 6th place. Texan represents the rapid rise and sudden collapse of the early 20th century oil boom. Established in Reagan County after the historic May 1923 completion of the Santa Rita No. 1 well, this desert settlement was built entirely by the Big Lake Oil Company to house its growing workforce. At its production peak, the company-owned town supported 750 residents with uniform housing, a school, and a mercantile store. Yet, this total dependence on a single extraction industry sealed its fate. As the local oil reservoir depleted and corporate ownership consolidated, Marathon Oil permanently shut down the town's facilities in 1962, dismantling utility lines and pulling down structures. Today, only rusted derricks, scattered debris, and concrete foundations remain to mark where families once lived. Number 5. Old Columbia established itself in 1826 as a crucial trading hub on the Brazos River. with local gravestones proving Anglo families settled the area as early as 1825. In July 1836, the town became the first elected capital of the Republic of Texas. Here, the inaugural Congress convened, and Sam Houston delivered his presidential address. Driven by cotton exports and a busy river port, the population peaked at 1,500 residents. However, political and natural forces quickly aligned against it. The capital relocated to Houston in late 1836, and the devastating Great Flood of 1840 crippled the port. When the county seat moved to Angleton in 1896, the town's economic decline was final. Today, the historic cemetery, the legendary Masonic Oak, and archaeological foundations preserve the memory of this short-lived political epicenter. Number 4. Glen Rio was established in 1907 as a Rock Island Railroad siding before changing its name in 1908. This community straddled the state line, placing its depot in Texas and its post office in New Mexico. With the arrival of Route 66, it transformed into a popular service stop for motorists, complete with gas stations, cafes, and the State Line Motel. By 1940, only 30 residents remained, but business thrived on steady highway traffic. This prosperity ended abruptly in 1975 when Interstate 40 bypassed the town, diverting motorists away and forcing businesses to close. The final blow came with railroad abandonment in the 1980s. Today, motorists can view the old roadbed, decaying fuel pumps, and the State Line Bar from the public road, though several structures stand on private land. Coming to the top 3, Thurber was a fully corporate-owned industrial empire established in 1888, following the discovery of bituminous coal. This bustling community grew to over 8,000 residents by 1920, powered by a multi-ethnic immigrant workforce representing over a dozen nations. The Texas and Pacific Coal Company owned every square inch, constructing a 650-seat opera house, a 200-room hotel, and a major brick plant. Families lived in company housing, and residents purchased their daily goods at the company mercantile. However, the energy market shifted. In the 1920s, locomotives transitioned from coal to oil, causing rapid mine closures. The brick plant shut down in 1930, and railroad abandonment soon followed, draining the town of its population. Today, a towering 128-foot brick smokestack, a historic cemetery, and scattered brick foundations are all that remain of this massive coal metropolis. In second place, Terlingua rose from the clay of the Brewster County Desert after the Chisos Mining Company organized quicksilver extraction in 1903. The remote camp grew into a leading national producer of mercury, shipping 7,200 flasks in 1917 and yielding over 39,000 flasks between 1919 and 1941. This industrial success masked a severe physical toll. Company medical logs record extensive mercury poisoning among the miners, a grim reality reflected more clearly by the headstones in the local cemetery than by any corporate ledger. Depleted ore veins and plunging post-war demand eventually forced the mining company into bankruptcy in 1942. Today, the desert wind sweeps through the ruins of the massive processing furnaces, the historic company store, and the Starlight Theater, leaving an empty settlement that remains accessible to visitors who exercise proper desert caution. And finally, in first place, Indianola proves how quickly human ambition can be overturned by natural catastrophe. Founded in 1846, this busy Gulf port became a major gateway for German immigrants, swelling to over 5,000 residents by the mid-1870s as the second largest port in Texas. The shoreline bustled with grand hotels, customs houses, and wharves that actively challenged Galveston for commercial dominance. But the sea soon reclaimed the land. A Category 3 hurricane battered the coast in 1875, followed by a violent 150 miles per hour storm in 1886 that completely washed the city off the map, silting the harbor and forcing the county seat to relocate inland. Today, only shoreline traces, historical markers, and a quiet coastal cemetery remain. Which of these forgotten Texas frontier outposts did you find most fascinating? Share your thoughts in the comments and suggest which abandoned location we should cover next. Across these 10 communities, one truth emerges. Frontier success is incredibly fragile. Whether built on oil, coal, or cotton, these towns vanished the moment industry shifted, proving that even our greatest ambitions are at the mercy of changing times. Which ghost town did you find most fascinating? Comment below and suggest another abandoned Texas location for a future documentary.